Call this meeting to order. Pledge allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks for joining us on this lovely Tuesday evening. Adjustments to the agenda.
I just have one. I want to talk about a Public Works tools purchase.
I hope we include that as 4.3.
4.3 public works.
Any others? New business. Special town meeting discussion. Last meeting, we talked about having a special town meeting. Talk about the sale of the Hofstas house. And Julia sent out a rough draft
Of the questions.
questions.
And Pam gave me an updated schedule based on publication. So this would be published, the public notice would be published on Thursday, August 3rd. A public hearing could be held on August 22nd, and the September 12th would be the actual special town meeting. That's
Okay.
how the dates actually fell.
Say that date again.
So August 3rd is when it is published in the newspaper. The public hearing would be August 22nd, and the special town meeting would be September 12th. And that actually works out really good because the school is coming to the August 22nd meeting, and I'm thinking they'll take the entire meeting.
So we need to approve the language on the warrant
Yes.
tonight.
Yes,
Set the date for the special town meeting.
yes. And Bob, you had mentioned one change on that wording.
The word property, I thought land.
No land.
Appropriate, because
Okay.
we're not selling the land. We're just selling.
So you like land better, no
I would-
land is.
I would suggest land instead of property, yeah.
Motion to accept those questions as changed.
Make the motion.
Second,
Discussion. One thing I have is, when we advertise this, is there any way we can get a visual on our Facebook page or in the paper if they do it?
Of the house?
Of the house. You know, you talk to people about the hospice house.
They don't know what it
A lot of
is.
people don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think if people can visually see it and
Yeah,
they
we can do
know,
that.
that might, at least on Facebook, because a lot of people follow us.
Well, and maybe some will get interest from that too, if somebody
Right,
might
exactly,
want
that's
to.
what I'm thinking, yeah.
I mean, what we were told by the one gentleman was, if you're gonna move it off. If somebody actually wanted to move it, if they lived on South 220, it wouldn't cost that much to move it. So if a house mover came in and it went, is it south? Yeah, it would be South 220. That it actually would be, taking it north on 220 would be an issue, but going south wouldn't be that big of an issue. But I don't know how true that is. I'm not a house mover.
you just aren't that many lines across the road after you pass the bowling alley.
Yeah,
Yeah, they wouldn't be, they have to move it in sections anyway.
Yeah.
Big,
Yeah.
as tall as it is, so.
but it was, it's interesting, but yeah, I think, that,
Do we want to send out letters to folks we know do this kind of thing, just to make them?
we already have interest from one builder. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's going to be out there. It's going to be published. It's going to be picked up by the Dodge Report, and I'm sure it'll make the news of some type. We'll put it out on Facebook a lot. I imagine it will be somebody local.
Hope so.
Everybody says, this.
I mean, there's people down in Portland who buy these things and take them apart and take all their stuff down there and sell them off piecemeal to people who are building old houses or new.
Yeah. I don't know about the salvage. I don't know.
I did a house in Bristol that came from Vermont, same type of house.
Is that where those rocks, the John rocks came from?
They took a house down like
Yeah.
that, and then they moved it. It's in South
Yeah.
Bristol. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
They
The guy
wanted
across-
the skeletons.
The guy across the road from us does that. He's put a few up in Waldenboro, just goes in, takes them down.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, we can just let me know their names. I don't have a problem sending stuff out to people and. Yeah,
Any more discussion? All in favor of the public hearing, the public hearing and the town meeting? Being the 12th, public hearing being the 22nd. All in favor?
And that warrant and the warrant article is,
And the warrant as read, as Julie discussed.
Yep.
All in favor? Opposed? Passes. 4.2 street light request. Max has sent us a letter, giving us a letter on that.
So there's just two requests. One is to fix the streetlight that's on Winslow's Mills. I think it was like 173 Winslow's Mills around that area. And then the second is to install a new streetlight at the intersection of North Noblesboro Road. The one that's been out has been something that's been out for a couple months now. And that's just something to repair. And the one that would be installed is just while we have the electrician out. Might as well get a new one installed. That was something that I think EMS was asking for quite some time ago. We just wanted to wait till now.
doesn't this fall within Julie's purview as purchasing agent of the town?
we just, when it's a new thing like that. It normally comes before the select board. It's not just a simple, it's just you need to approve the
It's-
location.
We need to approve the new one, not
The new
so much the repair.
Just not the repairs, it's the new one.
So your number is up to $661 for the new one?
I think that's the repair.
Sorry,
Yeah, that's the repair.
I think the,
so
New one is-
$868.
and that's just depending on the parts company.
So I'd move up to $868 to install the new street light at the intersection of North Noblesboro Road and Winslow's Mills Road.
Got a motion, second?
Second.
All in favor to approve up to $868 for the new street light. North Noblesboro on Route 32, Winslow's Mills. No, discussion?
I was just wanted to ask, this was a request by EMS, or was this a request by a citizen in the town for a
For
light
the
there?
intersection,
Yes,
that was something that Richard Lash was asking me as the EMS director quite some time ago.
okay,
And I just never got to getting to it because I thought we needed to go through a sort of process and get realtor involved, but then. When I had this individual do this, they said, well, you don't need to get realtor back involved, just. I can give you that estimate, and so that's how we were able to handle this.
over at Cross Street, is there a light at the intersection of Cross Street and Winslow's Mills Road?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so this would be
just
sort of-
north of that.
just, yes,
Across the track.
By the dump road.
okay.
Machine called-
And what's the annual cost of a light?
A single light or all the lights together?
Well, just what are we adding to the town budget?
I think on an annual basis, the lights usually, assuming there's no maintenance, I think the lights are about 2,700. At least that's what I think it was last time I checked it.
They used to be 18,000
Okay, well,
LED,
LEDs, they use a lot less
so
too.
we're saving tons of money.
Yeah, back in 2020, we purchased the streetlights from CMP. So the only thing we're spending right now is just maintenance for up. And we have a few streetlights that are back in my office still, so that's why we're not gonna be paying as much for the replacement. It's just getting done.
I'm ready.
All in favor? Opposed, none. 4.3. Discussion. Purchase. tools from the public works.
John Daigle brought this to me today. As you know, we started a mechanic program here in Waldeboro. And just to give you a little brief overview of, and I think I included this in a report recently. We are actually saving money on doing the repairs, and we are, but more importantly, what we're saving is the time. So, you know, when the ambulance needs to be fixed, that's put on the front burner, and that is taken care of immediately. So our downtime is greatly reduced. One of the things that we do need, though, since we haven't been a mechanic garage, is some tools that are, you know, when you hire a mechanic, they come with their box, but then there's other things that are not in that box that you need. And we have the opportunity to purchase a significant collection of tools, which would appear to be valued at over $150,000 for $50,000. These are all name brand Snap-on tools. It is a really good deal. And John Daigle, the Public Works Director, recommends it. Both of our mechanics have went and gone through all of this and looked at it. They've made their recommendations. So what we are here to ask tonight, that John be able to use $20,000 from his capital fund, and that the other 30 could come from the proceeds from the sale of Friendship Street School, or we could take it from the undesignated fund. Whichever you would prefer, but it's too good of a deal to let go by.
I'll put a motion on the table for discussion, at least. I move we authorize up to $50,000 to purchase the tools that Julie's just discussed with us, 20,000 to come from the DPW's capital fund, and the remaining 30 to come from undesignated funds.
Second,
I'll second just to get discussion going.
discussion,
Tools are useless without O and M manuals and generally some training. I'm thinking of an alignment system. How are we going to train our workers to use this new equipment?
So, you know, as far as manuals and things like that, all of that through Snap-on, I guess, is run through an app.
Okay.
I look for a book. You know, the under 30 crowd goes for the phone. And I think that both of our mechanics are trained.
They are trained.
And certified. I believe that they already know how to use this.
Is that like ASE certification?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, I can only speak to one of them. Went to college, to Eastern Maine Community College. So they're pretty well trained. So I like I said, I would trust both of their judgments. And you know, John Daigle's it was very kind of one of our residents to let us know about this. And that's how we came to this. One of our residents contacted John Daigle about, hey, did you know that this is available? And they went right up that day and went over everything, and they have a list of everything pretty thick, and just the wheel aligner alone is a $20,000 item. So
I know we're not getting type of warranty with these tools, but being Snap-on, it's a well-known brand. However, there are gonna be some breakages in that equipment.
oh, you
So I wonder if, any idea how old this is, like the wheel balancer? Old,
Yeah, it's not-
2014.
yeah, nothing's too old. It's all pretty new stuff, well maintained.
and I'm assuming Snap-on will be right on top of visiting every week like they do everywhere else, so they
I'm
have
sure.
shores,
Yeah, I'm sure.
which is
Yeah.
fine.
Both of our mechanics have
Because-
good relationship with Snap-on because they use it
A lot
themselves.
of guys spend a lot of money out of their own pocket to buy Snap-on.
Yeah.
Or shouldn't say, or Mac.
And I think it's like anything else. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I can ask. I think Snap-on, once if it's a Snap-on, it's a it doesn't matter whose it is. It's warranted. I thought that's why you bought Snap-ons. I could be wrong.
That's a good
That's a
question.
good question.
Transfer.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I can find out for you.
Just like Craftsman, Craftsman, you break a craft, you used to be able to take it seriously, you can't do that.
It does, but both of them, the mechanic said that Snap-on's covered across the board, so.
Okay, good.
Oh, you already know that
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, I
Okay,
talked to both of them about it.
that's what I thought.
And we also had a rep for Snap-on. Who used to live in Wallingford, right on Winslow's Mill Road, he's moved to Jefferson.
Right.
He's right in the area, very easily accessed. And he would love to probably establish a new account relationship anyway.
Sounds good.
So.
Now, Bob, you mentioned from the undesignated fund.
Yep.
Versus the Friendship Street School.
Yep. My preference for undesignated is that we've already talked about the Friendship Street School. In so many other ways, I kind of lost track of how much of that we've already informally committed.
That was gonna be one of my next questions.
And I feel better about the undesignated, because I know the money's there.
Yeah, we have over 200,000 left for Friendship Street School
That we haven't committed.
that we have not committed. But I know that, undesignated is fine too. I don't mind that at all. And if we don't soon designate something for the Friendship Street School, that will go right to fund balance. So it's kind of it's just how you want to do it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Those abstaining.
Abstaining. Yeah.
Opposed, one abstention,
One absent.
one absent. Agendas for the next meeting.
All set. We'll be back here in a week.
Next week, next meeting is what?
Next Tuesday.
Next
Yeah, but-
Tuesday.
What's on the agenda for that one?
We have the public hearing.
Oh, I thought you said the 22nd.
No, the public hearing will be next week.
Oh.
Or no, maybe it is the 20. I'm sorry, the 22nd.
22nd is public hearing and school.
I don't know. I know she said she had a full agenda for this meeting, so she was glad that the school was on the next meeting. We'll fill it, don't worry. We always seem to. It's that pot roast story.
Yeah. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a good evening.
Oh, you